So for those of you who have been following my socials, you'll know that I've been preparing for a little tournament over in Japan, and today's game day, so time to rock and roll. Well, today is a windy day. I'm walking on my way to the Hiratsuka, cultural hall or something. Trying to find my way there, first time in Kanagawa, so getting a little bit lost, but according to maps, shouldn't be but like 5 minutes away. And if Google Maps is right, hall should be right around the corner. And there we go. Just gotta watch my step. And yeah, hopefully it's the right place. A couple of strong looking people outside, so I should be on the right track. Let's see. Looks like it's the right place. Like the line is back there. And this is Mr. Mitsuhashi. He is the leader of the Shonan Favela Monster Dojo over here in Kanagawa, and it was so nice, so accommodating to me. And this is Mr. Sudo Wataru, who is the chairman of the AJF Federation, who also came here to support the event. And I just wanted to take this time to say just how professionally and smoothly run Japanese tournaments are. This is just a small tournament in a small town in Kanagawa, and already there are 4 tables. You know, you can see the graphics in the screen in the back. They're introducing their referees over here, like a 12 or 13 man referee team just for this small little tournament. And I'm just blown away by the standards of hosting events over here in Japan. So kudos to them, kudos to Mr. Mitsuhashi and his team. Amazing, amazing experience, and I hope that Singapore can learn a little bit from this, and hopefully this is something that we can progress towards. But enough of that, now on to the juicy part, the actual matches. So my first round against this guy in the backwards hat. To be honest, I had no idea who he was going into this. I asked my friend Levi, he didn't really know as well. But I wasn't really paying attention to much of his previous battles. So I just went into this with my A game, which is my top roll. And lo and behold, as you're about to see right now, in my first hit, he got a stop with a flop. Unfortunately for him, during his flop, I managed to get my wrist, and a lot of power there generated from the top roll. But wow, that stop from him was pretty scary to me, to be honest. And next up is this guy who, if you've seen my social media posts, he had a 220 kilo PR on the bench press, raw, unequipped. And watching him in some of the matches leading up to this, I knew he was a hooker. I did not know how strong his hook was, but as you can see, he did turn me in very easily. But unfortunately for him, I have somewhat of an inside game myself, albeit mine's more of a high hook, but wow, his wrist is super solid. I could not crack it at all. And this is the match that determines who goes into the finals, and it was none other than against Terauchi, who I was told before this competition came here wanting to face me and beat me, he did. It was totally my own mistake. I thought he was going to go for a hook. I set up for a low hand, and he really capitalized on my mistake right there. So in the semi-finals, I met Mr. Katakiya, who is the only one who strapped up with me, who agreed to a strap, unfortunately for him. He's probably the only one who didn't do his homework on me, but still an amazing, amazing match. Mr. Katakiya is actually the champion of Nagano Prefecture. And just to touch on that, everyone in this bracket was some form of, prefectural champion or national medalist or something like that. There are no weak guys in a Japanese tournament. Just to give you guys some perspective, here is a comparison of some of the guys who are in the brackets. So if you guys have been following along closely, you'll notice that the guy on the right was the guy that I was just with in the semifinals, and here he is with the guy that I beat earlier on in my first round in the cap on the left. You can see the guy in the cap just beat the guy in the white shirt. And now you'll see the guy in the cap against a different guy in the white shirt, and he is about to lose to him. You can see in a very, very ugly position. The guy in the white shirt now has complete hand control, and it isn't long before he takes all this advantage. In such a position, it's really hard to come back, especially with a flopped wrist. Even if you slip, it's probably going to be foul in losing position. Then in this match, we have a fan favorite thanks to his facial muscles, the guy in the red shirt. You can see him against the guy in the white shirt just in that previous match, and this time we see that the red shirt guy very easily top rolls the guy in the white shirt. So you're seeing where I'm going with this. And now we're going full circle back to my opponent in the semifinals, the guy in the white shirt against the guy in the red shirt. And as we'll see right here, easily flashes the guy in the red shirt. So really, really rock, paper, scissors kind of matches in this tournament. And all of that was just a long-winded way for me to say that I kicked some ass at this tournament. It was not against a bunch of chumps. These were really, really formidable opponents. But now, in the finals against Terauchi, the guy who came here specifically to beat me, I'm feeling way more confident right now against him, knowing his plan of attack against me. You can see I'm committing my shoulder way more. I'm committing my riser up, not dropping my wrist down like previously when I thought he was going to go for a hook. And now you can see the slip was much cleaner, no problems at all getting to the strap. And you can see right here, I'm looking very, very confident against Terauchi, but that's just kudos to him for doing way more homework on me than I did on him. I should have respected Terauchi way more, done more homework into learning what sort of opponent, what kind of style he has, but that's just mistakes that you make in your journey in arm wrestling when you get better. And you can see I get a way, way better bite on the strap here. So much power I can feel going through the strap. I think he felt that as well, and I think that Terauchi intentionally let that match go earlier than it should have, just to save energy for the next round, which is going to be the decider. And this is a round that will decide who wins the Shonan Favela Cup between me and Terauchi. And at this point, I don't really have any problems getting to the strap. You can see that I earlier on did ask for the strap. He declined, which he should. Anyone who has done their homework on me should know that you should always decline the strap against Greg. But yeah, that's not going to be a problem for me right now, knowing his style again. You can see that in this upcoming Ready Go, it's going to be a little bit harder. I think he was intentionally trying to not let it get to the strap, but I think he just doesn't have the riser and the finger containment that is required to force me to get to the pin without a strap. So, good effort by Terauchi, but now with the strap, with the buckle on my side, feeling a little bit less strong, but still managing to take his wrist, but his side pressure holds up way better. And this time is a little bit more aggressive than the previous one. Stuck in the middle, I think he could feel like I was getting him out of his shoulder, and eventually you'll see here that he probably reaches a point where he thinks that it's going to be a losing battle, and he lifts his elbow, getting a professional foul, just trying to get the restart. And at this point, I'm feeling my thumb super, super pumped up. My back pressure is totally shot, and I think he felt that too. He went all in on this flop wrist top roll, and that was enough to take me to the pin pad. Really, really great technical choices by Terauchi. Every single decision he made this tournament was 100% on point. He was the better arm wrestler than me on that day, no doubt. And I learned a lot from this tournament. I have learned a lot from Terauchi, and I'm so grateful for this tournament, teaching me so many new things about arm wrestling, about myself. And it was such a great experience. Really want to go back again next year.
いい試合でした。いい試合でした。
ドルワン勝山秋高選手、2位シンガポールヨー・グレゴリー選手、そして1位こちらの寺内隼人選手、おめでとうございます。どうぞステージへ。
すみません。はい。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。はい。はい。こんな。あ。おや。おい。ありがとうございます。はい。
おめでとうございます。もちろんよろしくお願いします。とっても触れた熱い友情。さあ、関東賞の発表です。シンガポール、ノー・グレゴリー選手。
Well,
水平の大会、カメラ入る。おめでとうございます。
ここで。恥ずかしいです。ありがとうございます。はい。
グレゴリー選手、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
さあ